Tired of the same old at business events? Well, this is not the same as last year. The podcast where we blow up the boring and lead the charge into the attendee-first era of business events. I'm Clare, Forestier, a business event MC obsessed with transforming audiences from passive observers into dynamic participants at events. Each week we'll challenge the conventions, share actionable tips, and hear from fellow event rebels who are mastering the engagement game. Imagine your attendees begging for more after your next event. That's the magic of prioritising their experience. Ready to ditch the dull and create corporate events your audiences will rave about? Then you've found your tribe. Join the movement. Welcome to Not the Same as Last Year.
Hi, so let's have a little chat about content today, because I find that people putting on events spend months plotting and planning and curating this amazing lineup of speakers and crafting sessions that they really hope are going to make their attendees happy. But then when I say to them, what are you going to do with all this brilliant content after the event wraps up? The answer is often, well, not a lot. And I just think that's absolutely nuts. If people are doing that, they're sitting on a goldmine of stuff that they've curated and gathered, and then they've just thrown it away. Every keynote, every panel discussion, and every breakout session is full of so much interesting insights, so many things that people are going to find value from. And your attendees may have had an amazing time, but there is just no way you absorb everything. Come on, you know that. And why aren't you taking that content and making it work harder for you? Now, you know, the event guru that is Julius Solaris, he talks about this a lot. And I think he said that event planners absolutely love content. They love the word, they talk about it, they nod their heads whenever it comes up, but they don't really get the content repurposing idea. And, you know, he shares numbers. I think, what did he say? Boldpush, his organisation, said 75% of event professionals are repurposing it. And those people know it's so effective. So why are 25% not doing that? Because apparently one single hour session in an event can actually produce as much as 121 pieces of content. And if you don't know how to do that, you know, social media posts, videos, emails, blog articles, then, you know, AI will show you. Chuck it into AI and it will produce stuff for you. So there is absolutely no excuse. And, you know, if you've got AV there for any other reason, which people do, let's talk about the reel that gets made afterwards, you are wasting time if you're not capturing a lot more of your content. So a lot of people will have AV on site because they're collecting all the sort of fun moments and the lovely bits, and then they turn it into this sort of show reel, promo reel at the end. I think Americans call it the sizzle reel, which is, you know, all the fun things that happened at the event, although it's generally just people clinking glasses, isn't it? And smiley faces. But, you know, that's such a waste, such a waste. It's such an old-fashioned use of that AV team who are there. They should be capturing a lot of your content rather than just making a video of an event that generally pretty much looks the same as last year's. It's such a waste of time to just be doing that. Now, it's not like you have to do some, you know, really expensive hybrid event, but just recording the nuggets of information will really, really help you, and you'll get so much value. And of course, I mentioned AI. It's 2024. You don't need a marketing team to do this. There are so many tools that can help you repurpose your contents. We have the tech at our fingertips. Now, if you talk about attendees, which is my focus, it's always how to give the attendees a cracking time, the best experience. Think about their journey at your event, their day at your event. They probably had to battle their way through public transport or flights or trains or whatever, and they've generally spent a bit of money to be there, or certainly giving up a lot of their time. But they are only human. They can't be in every place at once. They can't absorb every single piece of information, network with all the right people, particularly if you've got multi-track sessions at your events. They literally cannot be in all of them. But if you repurpose your content, you are doing them a huge favor. You're letting them go back and look at sessions that they completely missed, to look more at stuff that they were listening to, but maybe they were sidetracked or they just couldn't absorb it all. And also things that really grab them, they think, I want to investigate that more. You're giving them the chance to take in all the amazing content that you gave them at their own pace. I have talked in so many episodes about how we're trying to give people space so they can really enjoy the event without thinking, oh, I'm missing out on something all the time. Happy attendees who've had a good time at the event and know that they can look up stuff afterwards are so much more likely to rebook and come back, and even come back with other people. So it isn't just good sense to repurpose your content, it's actually really good business sense. Now, I know some of you are thinking, because I have heard this, if we make everything available, people won't come. They'll just skip the event and look at it all online. Now, as an MC, when I'm at an event, one of the most common questions I get asked by so many people is, I can't go to that session. Is it going to be recorded? Or I wanted to go to that session, but I also want to go to that session. I can't go to both. I'm really gutted. Please tell me it's going to be recorded. And I cannot tell you how often I go off and I ask the event organisers and they go, yeah, no, it won't be. Because we're worried that if we do that, then people just won't come. This is such an outdated notion of events. We know now people don't turn up just to sit through sessions. They come for all the other reasons. The community, the networking, the chance to meet real people and have proper discussions, share ideas and experience something as a group together. You can't bottle that up and stick that online. So stop worrying that making content available is going to make people stay at home. It won't. Instead, it'll actually help extend the life of your event, keep the brand that put on the event in the front of mind of the audience, and of course, potentially help them get really excited about coming to the next event. And this is the other bit this is about you, event planners. If you repurpose your content, it isn't just making your attendees happy. It will actually make your life so much easier, because instead of scrambling for new content ideas to promote your event, you've got a ready-made library at your fingertips. And you know what happened last year. It's really easy to find it and talk about it and see how you could change it for next year. Repurposing essentially means less stress, less panic, and a hell of a lot more bang for your buck. You're basically turning your event into a year-long marketing machine, and who doesn't want that? So we talk about sustainability and waste in events. Chucking away your content, i.e. not recording it, is proper waste, bonkers waste. You're literally throwing away money. That's what it feels like. It feels like you've won a lottery ticket and then you've ripped it up and put it in the bin. You've got all this fantastic content and you aren't using that to keep your audience engaged for next year or to get a new audience. It's just crazy. Get it together. Think beyond the obvious. Turn the keynote into a dozen social media snippets, a blog post, a podcast episode, or, an infographic. Still got to work out how to do those. And don't stop there. Use the content to keep the conversation going. Because if you keep putting these little insights through your email campaigns and you stir up debates in your LinkedIn groups, you can host follow-up webinars that dig deeper into the topics. There's so many things you can do with it. The possibilities are endless, but it won't happen if you didn't capture the content in the first place. Oh, and another one. Please, can you record your attendees at the event? Capture what they're saying, about the experience and also the brilliant insights they bring. And you can then use that to show future attendees that you don't just put on events, you listen to your attendees and you let them take part. That's a huge thing that would help many people choose to go to your event and think, well, I'm going to matter here. I'm going to be listened to. I'm going to be part of it. I'm not just going to be lectured at. Look, there's a video, there's conversation showing that the attendees are listened to and part of the event. It's just brilliant. And also, of course, you can be interviewing and talking to your exhibitors and your sponsors about their experience and how they share value. And that will help you get more people to come and spend money at your event, helping you promote it. It's just obvious, isn't it? A no-brainer. I want you to think about your content as much more than just a one-off. It's like something you can be having all year round. You could put a whole hub together of information, a space where all the content is going to live and breathe and stay there, and other people come and respond to it and look at it. And you can be encouraging people to comment on it, to share their insights, to kick off discussions. You can make it somewhere people want to go again and again. And if you're an association and you've got a page that people come to regularly, it's already there. Put the content up for them. You could use it as an ongoing learning experience, like an education hub. An event isn't just a moment in time. If you record it, it can be part of a whole journey. And you can, off the back of it, offer follow-up sessions, webinars, online courses. Keep what happened in front of everybody all year long. It's also really effective for FOMO, fear of missing out, in case you've totally missed that word. People hate feeling like they're missing out on something. It's really quite stressful and exhausting. And if you know you can catch up on the content later, you are actually more likely to enjoy the day that you're at the event. You can be aware that I can really enjoy these sessions, not worry about the ones I'm missing. It'll all be there. So as an event planner, use that FOMO to your advantage. Make it work for you, not against your attendees. So what am I saying? If you haven't worked it out, stop letting all the great content that is at your event go to waste. Record everything, chop it up, use it to your advantage, set up that content hub, get your marketing team or your tools involved and start planning how you're going to use it all year round. And if you're looking for more tips on how to make events less stressful and more engaging, then obviously keep listening to Not the Same as Last Year. We're going to be looking at quite a few things over the next few weeks, including a whole episode on FOMO and is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Next week, though, I'm going to be talking about trade shows and how we can make them a lot more attendee-centric. I'll be talking to my guest, Lee Alley from Expo Stars in that one. See you then.
And there you have it. I hope you're inspired to revolutionise the attendee experience at your next event. Ready to dive deeper? Download your free guide, 5 Ways to Elevate Your Attendee Experience Without Breaking the Bank. The link is in the show notes. Subscribe to Not the Same as Last Year podcast, connect with me, Clare Forestier, on LinkedIn, or visit my YouTube channel for even more tips and insights to make your events a hit with your attendees. Don't forget to leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Your feedback is going to fuel my mission. Stay tuned next week for another episode packed with inspiring ideas and practical strategies to put your attendee first.